for coming to the April 17th Chimes and Lights Committee meeting. We'll get started with the first thing on the agenda, holiday lighting.
Okay. So, is this now or at light hanging locations or both?
I think it's all of the above,
All the above.
because they all connect with one another.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at this.
Look at that color.
So that is,
See here?
so that, I only gave it to them because I figured you guys can share
Sure.
and use the chair. So, and I can get more if you guys want, but basically, so Mike's is all one big map, and so he has the original. And then, he did offer that he would like to meet with you guys one more time to kind of go over everything, but before you guys meet, there's a decision that needs to be made. But before I get to that, so yep, the map goes that way. Let's see. So I think he says it goes this way, which I tried to copy yours. Yep, just like that. Yep. So he said the quote that he received on the quantity of everything, he said looks about right.
Okay.
Because he's gonna need everything. He did put in his email that we probably only need 5 reels, but just to be safe, we should get the 6, which is what the quote asked for. The strands of lights, I think is what he said. And so what he did is he's gonna do a string, I guess this goes this way. He's gonna do a string at the entrance of Bay Street on, that end over there. And then he's gonna do a string straight across on this entrance over here. And he said there's gonna be some extra that is around here that he'll be able to cut and splice and use those. So those you won't need their own.
So the way this looks, he's going all the way down to the
That's-
Lolly Mays building, past Lolly Mays.
No.
This begins at the Frederick Street block.
Yes, that's, because there's the this right here, the carpet place.
The carpet
Oh,
place.
so he's going all the way down to there.
Yeah,
Huh?
Awesome.
yeah, so it'll go all the way to the carpet place, all the way
Don't
down
argue
to
that, yes, that would
to
be great.
Frederick.
That, okay.
Where's this at?
Wait.
Yeah, 'cause
No,
this-
Frederick, this is
That's not
Frederick.
right.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
the-
Frederick is,
No, it's this
This
must
is-
be Sydney.
yeah.
Is this Sydney? No, that's Harrison.
yeah, this is like the movie
What the heck?
theater,
Okay.
right?
Oh, so this leads.
So this is
down.
Frederick.
Yes.
So that
This
is
is
where,
the-
or no,
here
that'd
we
be
go.
Okay,
where
so here we
Corner
go.
Valley is, right?
703,
Okay. Yeah, this-
702. What is the Lolly May
Yes.
building address?
Yeah, see, this is.
This is the entrance of town. This is the end of town.
Okay.
End of town going towards Bremerton.
Mm-hmm.
No, this
This is
is.
Kid That Bank
no.
over here?
No, this
No,
is
it's a
Oh, so
bank's over
Dell's
there.
Feed. This is the bank over here.
This is the turnover by the theater.
The bank's down here,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
Frederick right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the way we originally
Yes.
wrote out. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought, okay, so, yeah, okay, so this is going through town.
Okay, so yeah, he said you can do, he's
So
gonna do
this
streets.
is Frederick then?
Yeah.
This
Yes.
is
Yeah.
not here.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah, it is
So I-
not Lolly Mays and,
I thought
yes.
this was
Frederick
the
is right
crosswalk.
there.
It is like
Okay.
the Port Orchard
This is the corner of the pavilion.
Pavilion, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So that's where it'll start.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's what I thought. 'Cause it's-
Yeah, I know.
And then
I
this is-
guess
this is
it'd
like the
be
movie
hard
theater.
with the park there. Are
Yeah.
there poles?
Well, we were talking about maybe if it came down to here, that'd be really fun.
Yeah, that would be.
Maybe that can be added in
Yeah,
the
we
future.
can add that later though.
Yeah, we
You know,
could.
yeah.
Yeah.
When the
Figure it out.
park, whatever they decide to do with the park and, yeah.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
okay.
So-
Well, and maybe we can throw, like do that little park too.
Yeah.
Right.
Be
Sometime.
neat to have that park
Yeah, have the park.
somehow
Mhm.
fixed.
Okay, so,
Okay.
So so the green line, oh, let me go to the pink line.
Okay.
Is that the pink line? Must be, because I wanted to, so I'll start with the green line. So the green line on the Frederick side is where they're gonna zigzag. And so there's a pole that is next to, he believes it's by Rudy's and things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that when you guys originally down there was a pole, it looked like there was a pole, but the original pole is not there.
Mhm.
It was been removed, and he says that there is a private pole that was added later on, and he doesn't know who owns that pole. He said it could be, he goes, it's somebody outside of PSE because it has cable and internet or phone connected to it. He can see that from the outside. So he says the green line here, so if we're not able to connect to that pole, what we would have to do is, it would just be this long, weird,
Oh, yeah, diagonal.
just goofy looking thing. So that's if we can't get permission to attach to that pole
I see.
or to attach to that building, to that side of the building.
Right.
That would be the only place that we
So what
would.
building
And
is
that's
that?
Rudy's
Rainbow
building?
King?
So that's, no, we were talking, well, it's Rudy's building.
Uh-huh.
The deal if we have to go all the way to Rudy's building, that would kind of be,
It's a long haul.
well, it'd be kind of a little obtrusive in front of his,
Mhm.
Rudy might not dig it.
Yeah,
But we could attach to the building next door, and that's the dance gallery building.
sure.
Mhm.
Oh,
We can attach right next to, but it kind of needs to go right next to Rudy's building and then come across the front of Rudy's building. But I'm not sure how much they.
So option A is the green, which is where we just completely bypass that connecting to the pole, and you're gonna have this, goofy thing. Or you can do option B, which is the pink, and you would string. You'll start at this side here, and then the string, and it'll be consistent all the way through.
Well, that
The
would be
pink
nice.
is the
The preferred.
optimal.
Okay.
yes.
Preferred.
Mhm.
So, so that's what he needs to know is somebody needs to find out who owns the pole and if we can attach to it.
Is it Rudy?
So where is the pole exactly? Is it in front of Rudy's
right.
business?
Mhm.
Seems
Yeah.
like it might be
That looks like a
Rudy
telephone
since he
pole.
fixed up
That looks
his
like a telephone
place.
pole. And I saw that when we were there, but I'm thinking that we couldn't, that those poles were out of question because they were state or something.
Hmm.
If they're telephone poles and stuff, they won't allow us to.
No.
You just gotta
said
get
it's
permission from
private.
PSC, but he says
It's not-
it appears
he
to
said
be
it's
a
not
private
PSC.
and it's not PSE. Because it's got,
So it must be Rudy. He must own it.
I have a private.
because it's got,
Is it near the music store?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because he's quite a person. Do you know him?
Mhm.
But he would be someone that might put up a cable and a pole and a.
I think this pole's old.
Yeah, it's got a
Oh,
little.
so-
It's been there
Well,
for-
he's been there. He's been in the city for a long
Who- The person
time.
that owns the,
And I'm trying to think of his
that
name.
owns the music store or that
Mhm,
owns
the one with the long ponytail.
They haven't had the music store in there that long.
Yeah.
He doesn't own that place, does he?
No.
No, but
So we
he
need to
has been
find out who
around.
owns that pole
Mhm.
and get permission to attach
And how do
to
you find out?
Okay.
You know, I wonder if that was from way back.
It's way back. That pole's
You
old.
guys, that might be from before the dance gallery.
That pole is old.
Yeah.
Maybe
Hmm.
it's up, maybe,
So-
no, well, if it's got a cable, I
How
was,
how do they register poles, or is there any?
I don't know.
Is
it
And
may
Mike
have
DeLine didn't
been
seem
there
to know
forever and
either.
someone's just using it for
Yeah,
the
that's probably what's
Wi-Fi.
happening.
I
Yeah.
think it's just attracting
Yeah.
wires.
Yeah.
You know, they do.
You're right.
Right.
I think
I
you're
don't, it's
right.
probably
And
not.
so what if you can't find ownership of a pole? What do you do?
I'll ask Mark, I don't know if he had a chance to speak to Mark about this or not, but I'll ask Mark to see if he's able to identify the pole, because I know all of PSE's poles, they have numbers on them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
And typically, if you have
Yeah.
any other,
That's-
like cable or internet or phone, they're gonna have a number attached to it, and Mark would, would
Be able
I
to
would be
know.
able to identify, oh, that's a phone
Okay.
number or whatever. So I'll ask Mark on that
Okay.
and have him get back to you guys.
I think we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll get permission,
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
or we'll take ownership.
Otherwise, that was the best dream.
Just take ownership.
And so he-
Just
Dave,
process.
Dave bought a pole.
You know
It's
who
like-
might have information on that too? It'd be Brian Moran from Union Telecommunications for the Wi-Fi. He might know who owns that pole because he's been attaching to poles.
Yeah, and if he's
Yeah.
attached to it, then
I'll
he
ask
would
him
know.
Yeah.
on a couple of the engineering
Yeah.
places too. They may know because there's people that have been around for a while.
Okay.
And I'll email Brian to see.
Okay,
if
so
he's on that
let's
pole.
go with best case scenario.
The pink.
You go ahead, Brandy, with what you.
So,
telling us.
so B is gonna be the option, the best option, okay. And then he said he couldn't start the other way in Stagger because he has to make sure that it's clear for the banner hanging.
Yes.
So otherwise it would cross connect, so that's the reason why, he, the
Starting
option,
that.
option B.
That makes sense.
What else did he say?
So Brandy, on that, so
Mhm.
it looks like the pink ends, is that just because now it's
Longer
orange?
strands.
Or like,
Then he goes with the 261 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, so he identifies how many
Okay,
feet it is
okay,
by,
I see.
and I
Because
believe
got
it's a
a color.
strand.
Okay,
Cause you can't stop mid-string, so I think
right, okay.
he's estimating you're gonna need one strand
So
that's.
then we would go with the orange.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The 261.
Okay.
And then he switches back to the 278.
Oh, that's how far you can
Do you
go
see
on
what
one
he's
reel.
doing?
Yeah. on
Oh,
one
And then
reel.
yeah.
this has to do with plugins. how
Yep.
far can these go until we get to the next plug-in?
Okay.
This is wonderful.
And
This
he
is
did
great.
say
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the-
This is exactly what.
the-
Yeah, I know.
Like, we're closer,
Yeah,
aren't we?
very.
He
close.
said that each string carries or uses or is 6 amps.
Okay.
And he believes that each plug-in down there is easily 20 to 30 amps. So he
Yeah.
doesn't see any
So
problems
we're
with,
Right, yeah.
he may have to do some minor switch out or whatever, but he said, you know, connecting, he's not gonna have any issues with plugging them into the lights. So it's the pole issue, which seems like we have direction there. Let me think. So he's got the amount of footage for that map, and then the amount of footage for that map is what these are for here.
Awesome.
The other thing is, yeah, you can read the map. He went out and decided how much wattage and kilowatts and all of that stuff of the usages. So that way, if you guys want to figure out how much it's going to cost, then I think he's giving you the basis for that. I think somebody, Janine mentioned that somebody was looking for that for a cost because our utility bills are just goofy and we can't figure it out.
Right, and I don't think
Okay.
that the utility bills are gonna be a problem.
Okay.
Because even if they had to come out of our budget with the volunteer effort that's going on.
Partnership.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just don't see that as being a problem.
I can't,
It seems minimal.
It
it
does.
does, especially those LED.
Yeah.
And that's what Bill and George were saying.
Right, yeah.
They really thought,
Okay.
nothing is that noticeable when we.
Good.
And when he did this, him and George were both down there. So this
Yes.
is George and Bill's work. And then again, he said he would like to meet with you guys, whoever was down there originally, just to kind of go over one more double check type of thing. But he said the quote that was given, and I didn't keep a copy of that. He's got all of his documents and stuff together.
Okay.
That it seemed right on, and he just summarized it in here in this email for you guys as well.
Oh, this is
This
just
is so great.
Okay.
Plus, it's improving safety in our town.
Right.
That for a few
Right.
pennies extra,
Except downtown.
yes, it's perfect. I'm sure the police would agree.
And then he said the reason why he didn't go down here, to go straight across right here is because of the traffic pole.
Yeah,
Just
that
can't
makes
interfere with the traffic, so
sure.
that's the reason why he's got that there. Let me look at my little notes. His whole, it's like, I'll just send it to you in email, like, thank you. I'm like, oh, okay. So, yep. Yep, so which direction, which we already got that.
So he's thinking the original bid order, it just like it was presented.
Yes.
And he wants a tensioning tool too. Okay.
Okay. So, good news on that.
Really good news. And they felt like the poles were fine to attach to? The poles are good to attach to?
He didn't,
I did-
say that part,
I did
so I don't
find that
know.
out, that this is something that we can go ahead with.
Oh, good. Okay, great. That's exciting.
And that we'll work on a solution for the poles at another time. But
Okay.
for now, everything is fine
Yeah,
enough.
Better have a plan for that before we work on it.
Yeah,
Hang
okay.
on, lights, right.
Okay.
Yeah, the lights might help hold them up.
Well, the paint does.
That's right.
We know that much. Just keep painting
Just
those
keep
poles.
painting.
Yeah. It's true.
Gosh, this is great.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know it. I cannot
Yeah.
wait.
It's gonna be super.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I have to report on that.
Are you a little impressed with my first estimate?
I think that was
true?
amazing.
What?
Pretty cool.
That rocks.
Just like I roll.
That
What?
Good for you.
Yeah, that's very
We
impressive.
have
Don't tell
qualified
Mike and George
volunteers.
that.
I think you got a
The banker
calling.
boy- The banker boy down the corner just went like,
It's gonna be about.
Maybe instead of that
6
parking
mil.
enforcement officer, you should be applying for some
Oh.
I
like
know, we have some jobs.
Yeah, true.
This was pure luck. These guys did-
that
this is
was
awesome.
That was talent. We
Awesome.
know it.
So Randy, kind of in
Okay.
connection with that, as far as we're concerned, the Chimes and Lights budget and staffing,
Yes.
is this all falling into place and looks fine enough? How can we keep track of this?
So all of the work that George and Bill and Mike have done for this configuration here, we are coding it to Chimes and Lights.
Okay.
It started with the Chimes and Lights project. So they're keeping track of that.
Okay.
And so that's what I know there. Now, moving forward, if it's outside of the normal Christmas time that our staff does, that hasn't been budgeted. So, for example, if now we're stringing up lights and maintenance and blah, 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 that hasn't been budgeted, and I think that has to go, I would assume, before council, or Mark has to amend his portion of the budget, I don't know. Because I know it's not, my budget is Chimes and Lights. We switched it over from Mark to mine, and so I do Chimes and Lights, and I know that historically, we use about 26,000 of public works salary and benefits just for the tail end of January and February for the cleanup, and then we do November, December, and November and December. So all of that encompasses about 26,000.
But they won't have as much time in November,
Right.
because they won't be stringing garlands.
Yeah, see,
Right,
they
and
won't
I-
be doing
I don't
that.
know.
And closing the street down, that's gonna change the amount of time. So it's gonna kind of balance a bit.
It should.
And I'm not sure how we'll be able to figure the difference, Randy, but
Yeah.
if we just keep tracking, we still have.
So I know that there's trees set up
Right,
and take down.
yep,
There's garland,
yep, which now won't be hung.
take up and take down.
Yeah.
And then I know that they also decorate City Hall
Right, the whole block,
and surrounding areas.
which will still be done.
And then they'll be hanging up a few of those pole lights,
Right.
right?
Yeah, that's all
Right.
part of the.
That's all part of the.
I think outside of those, because everything else was stripped, meaning they used to do some things downtown. They used to help Al Mahaney out. They used to put up
Yeah,
other things, and I know that that's the last couple years have been taken out, so I don't think they do any of that anymore.
Right.
But I'll get together with Mark just to make sure that, or Mike or Bill. Well, so George won't be here, so it'll be Bill.
and George and Bill, they'll really kind of know the breakdown. They could probably almost give you hours, because don't they have to put it down in their time cards?
Yeah, I can get their code, but it doesn't tell me what it's for, and that's what I needed.
Yeah, when they were here,
They,
I remember
have a
they
really good
actually-
sense of it, yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
They
so
actually
I'll
said-
ask them to make sure, because I can see the expenses, and then I know Dennis does some things as well, but Dennis typically just does the, I think he does around City Hall.
Okay, and I know they're gonna have to, have some involvement with the tree this year.
Okay.
Choosing the tree and figuring out the logistics a little bit more than they did last year,
Okay.
so that they don't have to do a lot of that repair.
Okay.
Something's been figured out that there's not gonna be as much damage.
Okay. So I'll
Did
get
they
this,
pick out a tree yet, or?
because what's gonna shift is the garland,
Right, no garlands.
because there won't be
It's almost
there
gonna
won't be the traditional up and down.
Right,
There's
just
only
gonna be
a
putting lights
one up.
Right.
Yep,
For just this year, and then going into 2018, they're already up, so that's
Right.
gonna, and luckily, we're on a biennial budget.
yes.
So I budgeted for take up, tear down for
Great,
2018.
for 2 years.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now it's just broke even.
Yeah.
Takes me a while to get the mind going to figure out.
Smart, Randy.
So,
Yeah, this is working.
Yeah.
so I'll get together with the shop guys and
Okay.
Mark and kind of see if I can get some sort of estimate to figure out what it's going to cost for 2017, and then what the savings is going to be in 2018 to see if we can get.
If we have to do a budget amendment,
Because it looks like 65,000 altogether for the next 2 years.
oh, we should be good, I think.
So, and a portion of that, so that's public works, it's also clerk, and it's also deputy clerk. Because we also include our minutes
Sure you do.
and staffing time and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But that's very minimal compared to the guys, or the public works staff. So, so let me see if I can get that broken down and provided to you guys at the next meeting.
Okay, so
Okay.
I would say if for some reason it doesn't work out that we go over, that we would cut down on, use our part of the budget for the purchase, you know, the 7,000 we had for purchasing new decorations, that we put that on hold rather than any kind of problem with delaying this project. Do you know how we were talking about maybe buying the additional side pole
Mhm.
light up?
Mhm.
That if we needed to, we would wait till next year whenever we could. And we're also talking about the proceeds from the tiles We're,
right.
the tiles and the bricks now will go towards lighting downtown.
And I know the mayor did
Yay.
say to hold off on that until we figured out exactly what the final
Mhm.
plan is, but I
Yeah,
think
right.
we're coming to
there.
the final
Yeah.
plan.
So, and that was that 22,000 about, Brandy, that we figured?
Ish, yeah, it was around that.
So
It's
we'll
not we
see-
sell everything,
Right,
but.
right. Oh, I think we will actually. I think there'll be quite a lot of interest
So.
in that. It was
Mhm.
a lot of fun.
We're gonna see.
We'll publicize it a whole lot. So I'm just saying, when you consider all that, I think we're okay.
Very good.
I really do. And the priority will be this lighting.
Yeah.
We just.
And we did ask the chamber, and they thought they could help a little bit, do
Mhm,
something.
mhm.
So maybe if we find, right, am I?
Right, I think the value of pulling in as many community partners as we can on this would be good, and they're
Yeah.
interested in
The
helping.
whole community is just gonna
Yeah.
love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So as far as the purchasing and the installing, I think that we've already talked about the maintenance, and this makes sense for the city to maintain the maintenance part of it. But has there been a continual discussion as who's going to purchase it, who's paying for it, who's installing it? I know there was contractors involved or talk about,
So
do we know that part of it?
The installation was going to be taken care of by the city.
Yep.
Installation of the lights, is
Yeah.
it gonna be,
Yes.
are we gonna contract it out? Do you know who?
No, I don't think so. I think the department
That
was
would be
talking
hanging,
about
yeah.
handling it because they know the idiosyncrasies of the system and they hang it in the first place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is the intent for a private partnership to purchase the
Yes.
materials?
Yes.
Yes.
And then city's going
Yes.
to install and maintain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
after you
maintain,
did all of this.
maintain
I can-
being replacing light bulbs and maybe any kind of problems that come with wind
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, but probably not, we don't have any kind of agreement of replacing the strings should something goes drastically wrong,
Mhm.
right?
In this bid, George, or Mike's talking about, that 5 may do it on here, but to go ahead
With
and
the
buy
Which
Such
is 6.
buy the 6 reel, just in case. And you can cut these things and replace sections of them if something.
And that's what
Oh,
he's
yeah.
doing for one of them.
Mhm.
I know that is what he had mentioned.
Because they're pretty easy to work with, just.
Okay, so so then the purchase of the materials all come from the partners.
Mhm.
Installation and maintenance, the city.
Okay, so I think, and I'll just double check with legal counsel on this part, so I think and this is kind of how I'm thinking out loud, so if something is purchased from a private organization and then the city needs to maintain it, I think what happens is that the city, it has to be donated to the
Mhm.
city and the city has to accept it and then we can maintain it from there.
Okay.
So there'll be a small process that'll have to go, in form of a
Or-
resolution, the council has to accept the donation and the responsibilities, so, which
That makes
pretty
sense.
minor, I mean, you just need a couple weeks' notice type of thing.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
So what is the ETA of actually purchasing the,
Well, we just need to figure out the pole.
okay, so the first step is to meet with Mike again. He said he'd be available sometime later this week. And I didn't know how you guys reached out to him to begin with, but it would be the same method, or he did offer me, which of course I didn't bring, is to give you his work cell phone number.
I think that's the
Oh, yeah.
best.
I think I have that.
Less
Okay,
personnel.
so just
and-
reach right back out to him
Okay.
and he'll meet with you guys again to get a final,
Okay.
um,
Mhm.
Okay.
drop.
Mhm.
And then,
And then the possibility is that George will still be here for installation, which would be
Mhm.
awesome.
That
I think he's here
would-
until
and then-
June-ish.
Yeah, and then, well, we're hoping for,
George retired?
yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
lucky
going to,
bum.
I know.
Good for him.
But the hope was that
He's
they would be up
taking
for
your-
July 4th.
Okay.
Spot on
For the event.
Mhm.
So, and I didn't read the
Or before.
Yeah,
quote
oh,
good
yeah.
enough. What's the ETA once you place an order?
Oh,
Is it 6 weeks?
I don't think it was,
I don't think it was that
no,
long.
I think it was like,
Okay.
Like
I
a
think it
regular
was
just
like within a week.
purchasing.
Couple,
Yeah.
like a week or so? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's good, because we want to make
Yeah.
sure that once it's purchased,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just like order them and we get them.
Yeah.
okay, so 30 days out, so by the next committee meeting, so we're in April, so May. So I don't know the logistics part of it, how, so if you plan to purchase it and donate it to the city, do you want,
Why couldn't?
how do you want the commitment before you
Yeah.
purchase it or after you purchase it?
You know what, we could move forward to have this put on a council agenda before the lights even arrive. It's the intent to purchase these to donate to the city, so we could take care of the legalities and have none of that holding us up.
Okay, so
So
do
the
we?
next council's isn't at the end of?
Can we get it on for the
So
last meeting?
we can get it for next week, April 25th.
Mm-hmm.
I just need some sort of, so April 24th, we're gonna ask for the acceptance of the donated lights or whatever. I'll put that in there.
Okay.
And then, yeah. So I'll draft up a resolution. Alan is out until Friday, the treasurer. So I'll have him look at this, make sure it's good. I'll meet with the mayor tomorrow on this to make sure that he's good with everything. And that he's briefed so he knows, you know, how to brief the
Yeah.
council.
Can you make it to that council meeting?
I think
You
so.
guys?
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking at
Next Tuesday, the 25th,
25th.
7 p.m.
Okay, you know what? It would be really nice to have the organizations represented
Mm-hmm.
so that we could maybe schedule it as a presentation, a short presentation, where you're offering the donation and then we can vote on
So do you want me to
this.
do it that way as a presentation?
Yes.
And then put it as a discussion item?
No, I think we could move right into
Just do a
accepting it.
presentation?
I don't, the council's already in favor of moving forward with this, we've been talking about it.
Okay.
And I don't see that there was a single person that had any kind of hesitation. So we could even say that if there's no one who is concerned, we just move forward with accepting this so that we can move forward with the process to get this in place.
Put Kathleen and Dave though. I'm there always, but they did this.
But a
I'm just
presentation would
backing
be
them.
really nice for the
Yeah.
community.
Okay.
I think that this would get the word out there about the partnership with the city,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the downtown organizations to improve the downtown.
Right. Now, all we have to do is get Chris Henry to get over there and
Mhm.
sit in next to me, writing. She
Well,
does
she-
write some pretty nice things.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you do I'll put it as a presentation.
Yes.
And then what sometimes happens after the presentation, a council member will make a motion to add a discussion item or make a motion to whatever. So whether that's you or somebody else on the council, because that will get it on the agenda for them to take action.
Okay. So we would, during our presentation, we would say we're offering this as a donation
Mhm.
to the city in partnership with the
And
city.
so, what phase in the council meeting, is that, does it,
That's right in the
The beginning.
beginning.
right in the beginning?
Mhm.
It's after public comments,
Yeah.
and then there is usually,
And right now, we don't have a public hearing or any other presentation
Okay, you
scheduled,
don't
so
go
it should be
really fast.
7:15-ish by the
Yeah.
time it gets to your guys'.
So we'll have some pictures and put them up on the screen.
yes, oh, yes.
That'll be
And then we'll have
wonderful.
to invite the papers because this is
Yeah,
a pretty big
someone-
deal for our town.
It is a big deal,
A long time
especially
coming.
Bob Smith. Someone should be there. He usually.
Especially when we
comes.
actually get them up.
If we have a ceremony to light it up,
Yeah, that would be good.
that'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Okay,
fun.
well-
It's like a block party, it's gonna be in June.
That's something that can be announced during this presentation.
Yeah.
That we're going to be having a ceremony to celebrate this new addition to our downtown.
And it could be the official handoff or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The lighting.
I don't know.
Should be
It's not a
Bing,
handoff, but, you know, something fancier, nicer than that.
Probably.
Mm. Do that Friday night.
Yeah, that Friday night maybe.
Oh, I think it has to be
The
done
start of the
before that.
weekend?
Yeah, I
You
think you
can't have
should
that.
do it.
I don't think it
really
can be as
soon.
part
I
of
think
the
I agree.
balance.
And I
No,
also I
like
won't
the
be-
start of when do they start their, is it Friday? I was trying to think a whole day before they do
No,
their
I-
thing.
So the parade is the
We have to get this in place before
24.
that.
So
Yeah.
what if we did it like mid-June, like this,
It might even
The
have to be in
6th.
May, you guys.
the 6th, the 9th, or the 16th or something?
Depends on, doesn't it, when it gets up there and.
Yeah, and I'll have to get together with Mark to
I
see
know.
what his,
Or we could even potentially
guys to
kick off
schedule
Memorial
it
Day
in.
weekend with it.
Or,
Yeah.
We'll have to look at everybody's schedules and figure
Yeah,
this out.
it's gonna be up to Mark.
yeah,
you
These
really
guys
need
to
It's
get it
when they
installed.
can get it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll ask that too.
There's
and I'll-
lots of events coming up, or
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of
Yeah.
things.
So it'd be the
coming
start
up.
of,
Start of
before the
the
events,
season.
yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Opening of
So
Voters
just think
Day.
The sooner we can get
Yeah.
that up, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to think if we have any
There's the Memorial Day stuff.
Yeah, farmer's market's it until
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend.
Well, Voters Day, the opening is
Yeah.
coming up. There's so many things
We can just
coming
kind
up.
of fit, yeah.
Okay, so I'll ask Mark, that'll be the other thing to ask him about the schedule.
Sort of really too is when you get them. I mean, you
Right.
say a week, but maybe it would be 2 weeks and then things would
Yeah, we'll,
change.
I need to firm up the quote too.
Yeah, somewhere between
Because the quote was good through.
mid-May and mid-June.
Mhm.
The quote might change a little bit too. Well, it probably won't change that much.
If it's earlier as well,
Pre-order pricing.
it won't be dark so late. So because if we're doing this like in mid-June, it's gonna be like 10
Right,
o'clock at night
right, yeah,
when they
that's a
turn the lights on.
good
So
point.
if it's in
Yeah,
mid-May, it'll
good
be
point.
like
Very good.
8
Yeah.
o'clock at night.
Yeah,
That
and.
is true.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
So the goal is to get it mid-May.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll let him know to see what his, I don't know.
That was early.
And he'll
Sounds like-
still
For
be
weeks.
Get it
here.
out.
That's
Get
like-
this out.
When
Nice.
So
We start Tremont in June or July? Or August?
do we have money?
So it'll be before Tremont.
Wait.
It's
We
before.
have money to
June.
write a check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I got.
And we have money. Isn't that a nice sentence?
Okay.
Yay, to do this.
So then we just take care of all the legalities on this end. But it's looking good.
Yeah.
It's looking very good. I don't think there's any issues. Okay.
What was that quote? Was it 7?
69,
69.
77.
And that's for everything?
Yep. That's for everything that, he basically agreed with the quote.
It was, and then remind me, was this, so you guys are purchasing it together, you don't need the city's contribution to purchase the materials, right?
No, they're,
Okay,
we're not
I just
doing
wanna make sure,
materials.
I'll check it
Yeah,
one
yeah.
more time, make sure I understood it right.
Right,
Okay.
so our contribution will be
Okay.
all of this. the
Installation and
electrical,
maintenance.
right, uh-huh. Because that adds up and,
Mhm.
it makes the most sense, practically speaking.
Mhm. And we just really want to, well, we're tying it to a lot of events. We're tying it to all the
Yeah.
events, so.
Right.
Well, you don't pay tax on that.
You don't have to pay tax.
I guess not. It doesn't say anything about tax on there.
Yeah, we're shipping, so that might be separate.
You probably do have to pay tax, actually.
Did the tax go up to 9 point
Mhm.
for Port Orchard?
If you buy it from, where are we buying this from?
It's in Colorado. So the tax is less there, but
Yeah.
it's, I'm sure,
Doesn't say,
Well,
doesn't say anything about
yeah,
not
I don't
paying
know.
tax or
Okay.
shipping or.
Well, I
whatever.
think that's all good.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
really exciting.
Okay.
So the first, you guys are gonna get together with Mike, and then the second
Yes.
part is, I'm gonna get together with Mark, and you guys are gonna do some public outreach to figure out who owns that pole.
Yes.
Make sure that we can attach, because if we can't attach to the pole, then we're gonna have a plan B, which,
Okay.
correct?
So we do need to
So
find out.
either way, we're gonna move forward with the donation and
So
moving
if
forward
we
with
can't
lights.
find out who owns that pole, can we just go with it?
Can we
Well,
rent it
let's
if
look
need
at
be?
it. I mean, let's see what's on there.
Yeah, I'll.
Because I mean, if they've like installed the big wireless router on there, then we know.
Have we used that?
Somebody
Have
put
we
it up
used that
there.
pole for
One-
Garland before?
I don't know. I gotta go look at that pole again.
That part I
Yeah.
don't know.
You know what? I have a feeling we have.
Okay.
We'll see if there's a
So-
hook. There might be a cable already hooked to it.
Right.
Okay.
So
So
if we've always already used it, then we figured that out.
Yeah. Somewhere, someone
But you're gonna talk to.
figured out it belonged
You're
to
gonna
the
talk
city.
to Mark to see
Yeah.
if he
Whoever
knows.
gave us
Okay.
permissions, no
Yeah,
longer with
And
us.
we'll
no, they're
talk
not.
to-
They
We'll talk to
left
Rudy.
the earth.
And.
And I'll send you guys an email tomorrow.
And
Alright.
you know, another person to reach out, if we can't, is Mr. Geiger. He knows so much of
Yeah.
historic knowledge.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah. And he has
Rudy
one
might
of
know
those
too.
wireless routers on his tree in his yard.
Oh.
So he
Oh,
probably, yeah.
I
I just have a feeling
he
that
knows.
Rudy might know too.
like Rudy might
Yeah,
know.
he may.
Yeah. Okay.
He may.
Because Rudy might have known because when he was building down there,
And then.
and he had to remove that one pole.
Right?
And then get the presentation.
Yeah, because it
ready.
came down when he removed the marquee, right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So the presentation is for the 25th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. This is really exciting.
Yeah.
Well,
Is there a name of the presentation you want me to, you wanna think
Fes-
about that and then let me know by
Chimes.
Friday?
Festoon lighting on Main Street. With
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Do you want to think about it and let me know in the next
Yeah.
couple
Yeah,
days?
let's come up with some ideas
Okay.
and
Okay.
scoot them
So I
around
just
to each
gotta,
other.
send out the
Okay.
packet Friday, so if you can let me know.
Okay.
First thing Friday morning or
Something
anytime
about Bay
for
Street.
Tuesday.
Bay
What's
Street.
the title of the
something.
presentation?
Light up Bay Street.
Light up-
Light up Bay
Lights
Street.
are, what did you say, the lights are
The
on,
lights are on.
Bay Street? I like that.
Yeah, the lights are on Bay Street. And that says we're open too, guys.
The lights are on Bay
The
Street.
lights are on.
That's sort of nice.
Lights on Bay Street.
Yeah.
Lights on Bay Street.
Light up Bay Street.
Light up Bay Street is what we said.
Yeah. Light up Bay Street. Okay, we
And
got
that's
it.
easy.
We don't have to email each other.
Yeah, okay, let's do
I
that.
can check
Okay.
that off my to-do list.
Presentation,
Okay.
light up Bay
Presentation
Street.
name.
Yeah.
Light up Bay
Light up Bay
Street.
Street.
That-
Okay.
That's
That's a
fine.
good
Okay.
Okay, as far as the theme, Bobby, you suggested one about Santa Claus.
I just thought maybe Santa's coming to town.
Santa Claus is coming to town. And when I thought of how that would work with our posters and brochures, it was a bit long.
Mhm.
But how about Here Comes Santa Claus,
That
which
could-
is really close
I
to
like
what you were
it.
suggesting?
Sure.
And it's shorter, more concise. Does
Sure.
that work?
Yeah, that was just, I
And
just
that's
threw
it.
that out.
Well, and you were talking about how well that would work for theme,
Mhm.
for the merchants and everything?
Yep.
A Santa
Yeah.
Claus theme?
Well, I was thinking how many, like at the log cabin, they do thousands of pictures
Yeah.
with Santa Claus. And the
And-
market does a lot of
And that
with
really goes
Santas.
with our-
And the run too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people
The
wear the
jingle
Santa
run.
hats, so we can encourage more to come out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
More Santa hats and that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Santa pub crawl. I'll be
Yes,
there.
yes. Okay, so it's Here Comes Santa Claus.
Yeah, I like
it.
that.
And that goes with our whole retro.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
60s theme that we're doing downtown. Yeah.
Well, we're rocking, you guys. So now we'll work on the tree soon, so we can get Public Works working with Terry Funderburg and Saints Car Club, get that all set. And I think we're moving along
That's
really
great.
well.
This
This
is
is
really
really
fun.
fun now, isn't it?
It is. It
Brandy, thank you for
is.
getting all
Yeah,
this
that's
information.
amazing.
Yeah,
My
that's
goodness.
great.
And I would say,
You
anything
deciphered
else
it
you can
good.
think of then? We're done.
Yeah.
All right, very nice. So the next